Hi and welcome. I'm George Pierce, and I do want to thank you for visiting and for watching this video. The video is about how to create a thumbnail for your video, so how to create video thumbnails. But what makes it different or unique is we're not just going to create a thumbnail. I think anybody can probably figure out how to do that. What I want to help you with is how to create a thumbnail, but also how to put a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of how to help you to create thumbnails that are going to better grab that the attention of your prospective viewer. So and the reason for that, of course, the reason behind that is that the better the title, which we cover titles in the previous video, by the way, and there's a link below to the previous video, as well as a link to our first video in this series. But in this series, in this video, the reason why I want to make a catchy thumbnail or an eye-popping thumbnail is to get more viewers. And of course, more viewers naturally can mean more comments, more likes, more subscribers, more click-throughs, etc. So this is going to help you to get more viewers. And when you're conscious of some of the things that I'm going to share with you, I think that's going to really help you to do a much better job. And I'm not saying that you're not doing a great job, but there's a few tricks anyways that I want to share with you to help you to do a better job. So now your title goes right along with it. So one of the things that I look for is the ability to put a title on the image. In other words, have I got enough room to put to still display the image? Usually a person. Doesn't have to be a person, usually related to your video, but doesn't have to be. But preferably a person, by the way, because if the image is of a person or people, it's going to have a better chance of attracting that possible viewer, that prospective viewer. So thumbnails with people are a plus. So let me go a step further and say that you want a thumbnail, if you can, that is, you try to make it relative, but if it's got some kind of eye appeal, and that could be an action. The person is jumping, the person is happy, the person is, or an emotion. I've got one of a juggler. It's just, or you could, an acrobat, somebody walking across a tightrope, but some kind of an action that can draw or grab attention, as well as an emotion. A smile or a laugh is almost always a winner. Of course, a pretty girl is usually something. If you're just at a loss and you just cannot come up with a good thumbnail, a pretty girl is always, or a laughing baby, or a laughing family, or laughing people. That's almost always guaranteed to be a good choice. So let me share with you some of the things, or let me share with you essentially what I do. And the reason why I want to do that is because then I'm going to lead you step by step. And that's one of the things that I emphasize about this video presentation, is that I try to get a little bit more into the how, but you can see what I do step by step, and it might just help you to do better thumbnails. And of course, that's the whole idea of it. So let's get to that. So we're here. What I've done is I've taken you to Google Images, and I'll put a link below for that. This is where you can search for Google. I put explosive as the word that I want to search for. Now, one of the things that you want to do is click Tools and Usage Rights. So click Tools and then go to Usage Rights, because whatever you use, you want to use something that is labeled for reuse, such as this, or labeled for commercial use. You want to make sure that it's okay to use that image. So there's no need, no sense to be using images that you're not supposed to be. There's too many images out there that you're allowed to use. So I didn't really find anything as far as an explosion that really seemed to suit what I was looking for. But the main thing I want to share with you again is Google Images, under Images, and again labeled for reuse. And this that's a tremendous resource right there. Now you also have Bing Images, and with Bing I just put in Juicy. Again, didn't find anything that I was particularly happy about, but as I mentioned before, a pretty girl is always a good possibility. That doesn't necessarily mean it's your best choice, but if you just can't seem to think of anything, or again, laughing, happy, smiling people, that's almost always going to work. Maybe not the best choice, but definitely not a bad choice. Now, one of my favorite sites is Pixabay, and I will leave a link to all these down below. But Pixabay, what I did with Pixabay, because the title's got Juicy in the title, so I put in Juicy on the search, and all the images below this very top line, these are typically Shutterstock images, but anything else are images that we can use, you and I can use, and we have. It doesn't matter how we use them. So this is something that caught my eye, and one of the things that I pay attention to or looking for is I want to be able to put my text, my title in here somewhere, and not have the title hog the whole image. I want to have, so this is one reason why I like that. It's a little bit different, it's a little bit eye-catching, and I had room for my title. I don't want the title too far off to the side. I want to keep it closer to central than way off to the edge, because it may not show up on YouTube. When I upload it to YouTube, if it's way over here, way off to the side, it's probably not going to show up. So I want to keep it maybe about here, still have enough image, or enough, I'd still leave enough image and still be able to put the text. So that was a consideration. One other consideration that I had was this one on Pixabay. Still room for the text, and I like the idea of, because, again, rock, thumbnails, video thumbnails that rock. So I thought this would give me room for the text, more or less central, and still a relatively eye-catching image. And then something that's almost always a winner is a baby. I really like this one, but I couldn't see a way to put text on that without kind of ruining everything. That was okay. This one I liked, but this is the one that I kind of wanted to. So it was this one and the other one. So what I did is I actually downloaded, and I downloaded this one, and I downloaded the next one, the other one, which was the fireworks one. So I downloaded these two images, and then what I'm going to do next is upload them to a place called Pixlr. So I'll show you that in just a second. So I've typed in pixlr.com, and I'm going to go to pixlr.com and try Pixlr. And what Pixlr is, and here's some of my thumbnails that I've created. Pixlr is an online photo editor, so to speak. It does a pretty darn good job considering it's free. It does an extremely good job. I happen to have Party, which is the baby one. I just drag and drop. I've got this. I can go here, and I'm not going to bore you with how I do it, but I can add the text. I can move the text around. I want the text up here, and the text is probably going to be my title. If it's not my title, I don't want to vary too much from the gist of my video. In other words, if my video is about creating thumbnails, and I put something about smoking cigars, well, it's a bait and switch type thing, or making money or whatever. It's, I'm going to lose my my viewer as soon as they figure out that what they thought they were getting, they weren't. So, but anyway, I can put the same thing. I can also do with, in other words, as far as creating this. And there's more that I can do as far as the color, background. I'm not going to use background because of block, but I could use background to help it stand out. I can outline it, and this gives it a little more depth. I can change that outline with different colors. Probably, yeah, that would go a little bit better. And again, I'm going to change the text to the title of the which is up here, by the way. I just want to show this, how to make juicy video thumbnails that rock, which you already know that. But one of the things that I shared in the previous video, and if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to see it. It's the EMV score, which is the emotional value, and it's a 62.5 which is it's pretty hard to get 50. So that's one of the reasons. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to show you that you want a high-scoring title. So that's the title that I'm going to type in: how to make juicy videos, or making juicy videos that rock. But depending, if I don't have enough space to get it all in here the way I would like it, I might do something like making juicy videos that rock. So let me. And I'll leave a link below, of course, to Pixlr. It's pixlr.com. But I'll leave a link below. And what you see here, I did 2 of them, and I decided on the one with the baby, as you could tell if you're watching the video. But for a couple of reasons, mainly a person, and of course babies, pretty women, good-looking women, or babies. Especially if they're smiling or laughing. In this case, he's engaged in an action that is relative to the title, so that's why I picked him. And there's one more thing that I don't want to forget to share with you, and this we're back at Bing, and again, you'll get a link below. This is bing.com/images. It's Bing Images. And the thing that you want to do is click on, see if I can go back here to where I was. This is, when you land on the page, this is what you should see here, and I have explosive typed in here. And under license, on the license, you want to click on that and go to free to share and use commercially. And that way you know that it's okay to use those images. So all these images, and again, there's plenty of them, but I wanted to show you that. That's how you find the images that are free to use, free to share commercially, so that you won't have to worry about any licensing or anything like that, or copyright or anything else. So that's the process that I use. I think it'll help you. I'm quite sure it'll help you to create more engaging titles. Again, refer to the previous video, and more engaging video thumbnails or icons or whatever. They'll also help you as far as bringing people to your web pages and things like that. But at YouTube, it'll especially help you to get more views. Now, the next video that in this series is going to be more about video retention and some of the things that you and I can do to get those viewers to stick it out, so to speak, to stay with stay with us to the end of the video. So it's going to be how to make a stickier video so that our viewers will stick. So I invite you to click at the moment, the video is not posted because it's not made, but once it is posted, you'll see a link below also to the next video, and that will bring you to the next video in this series. And the whole series is aimed, our whole aim, or my whole aim, is to help you to get better results with your videos, and And it's not going to happen immediately, but it is going to happen as long as you keep doing the right things. If you engage in the right activities, things happen. So, and you will see by my example, I'm going to engage in the right activities, and things are going to happen. And they have happened over the years, so I have no question that they're not going to happen again right here on YouTube. So I'm just trying to share with you what I'm doing. I think it's going to help make it easier for you to get the results that you want. So thank you for watching. My name again is George Pierce. I am the founder of Internet Marketer Training. You're also going to find another link below. It's going to be to join us. And what that is, that's a link to the Internet Marketer Training Center. It's going to take you to Internet Marketer Training. It'll be a join us page. Should you join us, then you will become a member of Internet Marketer Training Center. And there you're going to find a lot more help as far as internet marketing. And if you're on the internet, you need internet marketing. You really do. You need to know a little bit. You need to know a little something about internet marketing so that you can market your videos, so that you can market your website, so that you can market your blog. If you're on the internet, this is something that you should look into. It's going to help you, and it's free. So I invite you to also click that link below. And thank you again for watching. I want to wish you much success.